Gör bu. Dagday bıdın tokarı, dalaya karı. Küskey bitin tokarı, küdenmenik. Dalga bappa talaga, kisse bıstar kehirkes. Ulan yurkuna doğulan kördökkü, uğran kayığı da ebekkin, ütüyeme söngüneyden kördökkü. Üs sakat örüğe ebekkin. Ölü oğlun ölüger tağın kıttı, qahaŋıttan alay ölännaaq doğurup oğlan. Ölörütten örühüyen ölügeri oňottordu, koyudan ekkiretemmit. Kuattarın kebistebit. Kenyer tağ keris baran doytuga. Kirer kirpiige, halcar kayta qallara doytuga. Ayanır argardaq artıkka. Üs büyürük tağ. Üyeden çölörü tügeğer.
Tastırayım onu. О, тут ребро. Мамонта. А значит, где-то бебин должен быть дегенде.
They used to say about the internet that the internet changes everything. That's what's going to happen with synthetic biology. It's going to change everything. For information, it was the computer. For the Industrial Revolution with energy, it was the machine. For us, it's the cell. It's going to change everything. Think of synthetic biology in 50 years, 100 years. What on earth is the world like then? This is a revolution that starts slow and grows and grows and grows and grows and grows.
Okay, you guys ready? All right, come on in. If you're on this side, come on in. People in the front right here, take a step forward. Come on up. Come on up a little bit. That's good. Wonderful.
Bira, anda gildir abinde.
하나 왔다.
여기다 쌈 나갔으면
그거 하나 나가고 이게 되다 키는 우대로 들어오고.
이게 맞는 거 같아. 예. 미글이거든. 얘네는 이거랑 먹을래.
아니 이거로.
This is a geep, a goat-sheep hybrid. The scientists that made this cute little creature ended up slaughtering it and eating it afterwards. I think they said it tastes like chicken. This is a kama. A kama is a camel-llama hybrid. Then there's the liger. This is the largest cat in the world. And then finally, everybody's favorite, the zorse. None of this is photoshopped. These are real creatures. For really the first time in history, we have the power to design bodies, designing and altering the physiological forms that inhabit our planet. It's already happening. It's not science fiction. We are now taking control of our own evolution.
링에 보고 싶네. 뭐야, 뭐라? 그때 하나가 있네. 저건 뒤스티도 보람씨. 무슨 바?
뭐 올바르냐? 내리기. 재미있는 힘에 걸리게. 조금 들어.
Dear Christian, we arrived at the main base near the old weather station. While filming the hunters watching a movie, I can feel their anxiety. Each one of them desperately hopes to find the white gold, the one perfectly formed mammoth tusk. Some of them will be lucky, others not. Spira, who came here because of his family situation. Peter, we name him our intellectual because he likes reading a lot. Spira's best friend Vlad, he came here for the first time. The hunters search for tusks separately in small teams of 2 or 3. Each team tries its luck somewhere else, using their own method and recipe for success. Each team competes with the other teams. A find could make the lucky team rich. The team members will share the money, while other teams will stay empty-handed. I'm filming Vlad and Spira when another team, very close by, discovers the first class A tusk of the season.
내가 죽었나 지금. 네. 우리 기타 하는 게. 내가 갔다가 되겠어. 내가 이기 못 막아. 구 이제 잡혔지.
Да, если фарт прет, бивень находишь, ну, трудно остановиться. Если все время находишь, тоже кажется деньги. Все равно нужны деньги. Вот одного знаю только. Любого мира. Один бивень нашел, и все, не хватит. А другие это не. Человеческая натура такая, что все мало. Надо, больше. Пока получается, человек идет вперед. Ну, там в будущем посмотрим, что получится, думает человек.
Dear Maxim, I'm glad you arrived well at the islands. We are shooting in Boston, USA, at the genetically engineered machine competition. The first competition took place in 2004 with just a few dozen students and only 5 teams. The organizers wanted to test what many scientists thought to be impossible: to engineer and assemble organisms in the same way you engineer machines. Most of the experiments at the first competition did not work. But one team from Texas announced the creation of a living camera. A camera built by genetically manipulated bacteria that could capture an image. They succeeded. Hello, World sparked the enthusiasm of thousands of students worldwide. In 2007, 32 teams participated. 2016, almost 300 teams. 5,600 students.
That brings me to the second feature of meat.
Hello, World.
It's regulation. Therefore, we had to find our own toxin. But before we could do this, first...
The team from the Netherlands wants to save the honeybee with genetically engineered killer bacteria.
No longer after oppression by dead Cas9, we get live Cas9, and this will then result in DNA cleavage as well as cell death.
The team from China is engineering ketocarotenoid, a powerful antioxidant you find in lobster or shrimp, into rice to make this basic food healthier.
Golden rice and Asta rice. Our system is very suitable for bioprinting.
The students insert new genetic code into living organisms. They play with the code of life. They modify and engineer life itself.
The filter in the front of the syringe is to remove the impurities from the Chinese medicine.
And this protein.
For billions of years, life on Earth was formed by nature. Now life is going to be redesigned in a radical new way.
Я bundan uqtalat tibet mandık uluqtaq buldu digide. Mamad.
Определенно артефакт, сделанный руками древнего человека. Вот видны насечки. Это было лезвие. Это не отщеп, это было какое-то орудие.
Все стены покрыты кристаллами льда игольчатой формы. Очень красиво они свисают со всех сторон. Здесь мы нашли локтевую кость молодого мамонта. Вот торчит изо льда локтевая кость, позвонки, ребра, фибула, здесь малая берцовая.
Dr. Simeon, good job. You are great scientist.
Üzdüler çiftleri. Ha? Üzdüler. корпус. Вот так дается работа палеонтолога. Древний человек сотни тысяч лет жил вместе с мамонтом. Священное животное было для него, наверное, самое священное. У всех народов Сибири мамонт считался существом из подземного мира. И находить мамонта считалось это очень плохо. Тот, кто нашел, обязательно умрет скоро, или кто-то из его родных умрет. Считалось, что это очень нехорошему, и было табу вообще трогать мамонтов. Как только они видели, сразу в страхе убегали останки мамонтов. И тем более собирать, конечно, они не могли вообще прикасаться. Старались быстро оттуда уйти и забыть, никому не рассказывать.
Perfect. Cages.
Yeah.
Well, he could use some help.
Yes.
Right.
And then it can attach the CRISPR-Cas9 plasmid.
Yeah.
So
Hi.
excited to see you.
Yo, hi, how are you?
I would really like to introduce our project if you
Yeah.
may, because we're really pushing the boundaries of synthetic biology.
Sure am, but yeah.
Yes, but if you have this,
Dear Maxim, the students meet every evening at the poster session. Today, a visitor captured everyone's attention. World-famous molecular engineer and geneticist George Church.
Oh, Shenzhen. Yes, I love Shenzhen. Yes.
He's surrounded with the minutes like a pop star. Church seems to enjoy the young students' enthusiasm and unquestioned optimism. In German, we have a word for it: Aufbruchstimmung.
Okay.
It describes the mood when you set out for new shores, an unknown, fascinating world out there. Yes, synthetic biology will reinvent nature and ourselves. It will change everything. No other discovery in history has ever offered more promising benefits for mankind. That's what George Church is telling them. That's what they believe. The rewards of synthetic biology will be tremendous. And this is just the very beginning.
Even though they have different...
By engineering the code of life,
That's pretty good.
we set out for a brave new world.
Thank you.
You bet, yeah. Yeah, sure. When I was a young boy, when I was about 10 years old, I went to this international World's Fair. It was just extremely moving. And that set my expectation for what science and engineering should be. It was just like an epiphany of just breaking open these doors to a whole new land. And I just said, I got to be a part of that. I want to help create the future. Synthetic biology is so recent and it's happening so quickly, we don't really know what it is yet. It's like a baby that shows a lot of potential. Synthetic biology is very likely to be the next big revolution. The species, our species, is a very risk-taking species. We're one of the few species that could look out into the Pacific Ocean where there's no horizon and just get in a boat and start going towards nothing. I mean, a very high-risk enterprise. But that's who we are. Humans are very bold, and they have vision, and they will follow that, sometimes to their death.
Dear Christian, tonight we had a first encounter with 3 polar bears. The hunters are used to it. They even feel these visits are kind of a good omen. So far they were not so lucky finding many tusks. The Arctic has its own logic. Yesterday evening I was looking at some old maps I discovered shortly before we left for the islands. What a mysterious place indeed. For a long time these old maps do not show any islands up there. But they express much more. They express the danger and the hardship up here. Then in 1723, land was discovered. A new and huge coast discovered by hunters. They named it New Siberia. New Siberian Islands, surrounded by the icy Arctic Sea. Я вижу.
Ну-ка, понюхай, какой аромат. А носки обязательно при приготовлении?
Для специй.
Специй.
Эмине туомой. Аллара тойтуга йыкыга олоксуен олорорун. Ажарай кыргыттара. Тогус куатар кула кайтагы лиэхи кыргыттара. Үсайы кыргыттар боланнар. Үсөттүгүттен аяк тутуактара.
Ребята, которые искали бивень, нашли мамонта. Вот этот Слава Щепков рассказывал мне, как он ушел. Он пришел, раскопали его там, а там бивень вообще белый. И хобот там торчит из земли. Но как раскапывали, там хобот мешал еще. Там ее перерубили в двух местах, выбросили. Бивень взяли и на базу. Потом позвонили своим казачьим по спутнику. Типа там мама лежит с мясом, с шерстью.
Это как полет в космос, как строительство китайской стены в Сеуле или еще что-то такое глобальное. Меня сейчас спрашивают, а не замахиваются ли ученые на роль Бога, когда пытаются возродить вымершие виды, да пытаются вернуть к жизни вымерших животных. эмбрион помещается в матку слонихи, которая, если все идет нормально, рождает через 22 месяца стопроцентного мамонтенка.
Ну, им сказали закапывать обратно. Что вы с ним делали? Ну, так оставили. Дураки там. Закапывайте обратно. Ученым скажем.
При температуре минус 20 градусов. Я живу.
Дальше вот, музей мамонта сообщили. И на следующий год приехали. Уже экспедиция. Реально, чтобы раскопать мамонта. Экспедицию возглавлял это Семен Григорьев, директор музея мамонта. Семен Егорович Григорьев, кстати, мой брат родной.
Добрый день. Мы раскопали на одном из арктических островов в Ледовитом океане тушу мамонта, которая является самой лучшей за всю историю по сохранности мягких тканей.
Dear Maxim, we are shooting at Harvard Medical School in Boston. A building dedicated to futuristic sciences like the genetic resurrection of the woolly mammoth. And guess who's the head and initiator of this crazy plan? Judge Church. He wants to bring a woolly mammoth-like elephant back to life, out of a petri dish.
And these are cells that we transfected the other day with about 50 edits. We're transfected about 10,000 Asian elephant cells. And we see this variation, and they've been treated with...
Bobby Dadwar, a researcher, successfully edited 50 mutations into elephant cells. Church does not want to clone a mammoth. He wants to create a new animal, a hybrid. A cold-resistant elephant with mammoth features. A chimera, like the Zors.
Phenotypically, they look so different.
Yeah.
The Asian
well,
and
the Asian
woolly
already
mammoth.
has smaller ears than the African.
Right.
But still even smaller.
Watching the two scientists playing God by creating a new animal, I'm at the same time fascinated, frightened, and a little bit disappointed.
Asian elephants will play in the snow.
Church is not bringing a real woolly mammoth
Be in
back,
much better shape if they had the wool, but they'll play.
although he certainly has the beard to act like the Almighty.
Canada, yes.
Yeah, you're Canadian, right? Yeah.
I'm heading to your hometown, Yakutsk in Siberia. Visiting the head of the Mammoth Museum at the Northeastern Federal University. Peter's brother, Semyon Grigoriev. If anyone in the world can bring back the woolly mammoth, it's him. Semyon's goal is to clone a mammoth. And for this, he has to find a living cell. A living woolly mammoth cell.
오늘 다리 되면 다리 проезд.
Dear Christian, Kesha is trying to find out about the price of tusks right now. He just learned that the price dropped dramatically. high-quality tusk is about $1,000 per kilogram. A very bad quality, so-called spike, costs only 10% of that. The Class 8 tusk in Kesh's hands weighs around 45 kilograms, $45,000. The rest is just junk.
Если бы я нашел, да, вот большую, да, такую, толстую, длинную, первач там, ну, конечно, если я бы нашел, я бы на этом уже закончил бы. Я дальше бы не искал уже. Все. Если 90 вот килограмм нашел бы, вот, бебень одну, на этом уже закончил бы, да, уже, конечно, так-то думаем.
Какая-то безвыходная ситуация была.
Нет. Ну, бывало, да. Ну, выживание. Вот. Выживание.
Spiro owes a huge amount of money to his bank. He came to the islands to pay back his debts. Vlad and Spiro haven't found one single Class 8 tusk yet.
Oh, one of the other. Oh, Barassanich. Chugambarana. Magpad, Shumuhu, Shwe, on the year and a half. Oh, no, ходили. Однозначно туда. Что буду? Oh, вот мать. И вообще. Mama, better. Anton, Papa.
Like all hunters,
Hello.
Spiro has the right to make 1 or 2 satellite calls during the season.
Anton,
Usually
Papa.
when there is a birthday in the family, like today, the birthday of Spiro's wife. But she seems not to be at home.
Mama, kanna varda, Papa.
Spiro is confused and puzzled, listening to the voice of his son.
Mama, kanna varda. Mama, kanna varda. Mama, kanna varda, Papa. क्या अब बस तगुर्दुक बोले Hoogter. Kimde soğuk?
Dear Maxim, I feel like coming closer to you and the islands. Watching the video footage shot in May 2013. Semyon and his brother Peter setting out on their mission. Listening to Semyon's expedition diary, I wonder how the two brothers remember those crazy times. Discovery which will make headlines worldwide. Two brothers grew up in a small fisherman's village called Kasache, but life took them on very different paths.
Наше временное жилище, очень хорошее, хорошая компания. Мой брат Петр, он старше меня на год, и он учился на историка, но, к сожалению, не доучился, не окончил университет. И последние годы он ищет бивни мамонтов на островах. Но он, как брат, помогал вот раскопкам брату раскапывать главного в его жизни мамонта. Вот Якутск. Вот на Малый Ляховский мы поехали. Доехали здесь до села Юкагир и через море Лаптевых, через ледовые торосы добрались сначала до острова Большой Ляховский и здесь, забазировавшись, уже выехали на остров Малый Ляховский. Привет. Мы находимся в поселке Юкагир, и через несколько минут наш караван, наша экспедиция Северо-Восточного федерального университета собирается тронуться в далекий путь на остров Малый Ляховский. Мы наконец-то узнаем, что там за мама.
Мамонт бітірдері. Мамонт жетушка бар да. Піштірді. Егер бар да.
Бедренная кость. Что это за мамонт? Взрослый, молодой.
Следующего зуба-то нет, значит, это последний корень.
Я записал, делал записи в дневнике, какие события происходят каждый час.
Да.
Йохо!
예? 에이비. 호가 가만히 음식 같은 거. 호, 거나. Басти надо, бастанами.
Тригали не думаю.
А то намек.
Разве их нет намек?
Намек тригали, дегиста. Жалай это тистагем был. Жалай болдун. Же? Батта. О, улаған угны өтө бар. О, жана. Де. О. Де. О, поздравляю. Дай 5. Поздравляю. Наша боку прибыла. Что, еще костюм хавлик. О, катилай. Как бай, мама. Ну пойду. Вот. Куштан их. Я. Парахан будет. Ангарым булкан. Мощная вот это. Бок, doğru. Bok, kana. Kana. Bu meşe vardı. Kispa. Мости. Кая, парта что ли? Да. Все, копаю. Бар, киш муха дорогу. А. Шуй. О, да. Она тут только. Bu bulam hep bu olur mu?
Сегодня 10 мая, второй день. Сегодня мы заходим на Волоху, и дело пойдет быстрее.
Kedin kildi. Ulan ara.
Mana явно ба?
А?
Бу мана кола дикене мехтен серебита.
Бар. Игидет батареялары болу, не? Яга хастан көргөн. Ayım. Jadi kan jalan kono.
Pira. Dah, ada. Спиридон. Нахуя убиваешь?
Ай. А?
Делать нехуя. Спиря. Парень, что ли, был? Үйің бар ау деп. Асын тіпті керек өтті. Спиридон. Бұларың болып Маскар бахуга. Сәді бере тұр. Туғағы барыр. Өміләш.
Салама тоже так рад.
Жоғыны еғаны қалар өт. Аққар, күн әткәлді. Қандата. Момонта. İkkinin dili bolmadan kalır hem bir manlık atar. Bu bilgin hılgıydağına ön olur iyi.
Buradan kırdık.
Ай. Маманың орба doktorun attı.
Мы же очень любим сырое мясо.
Оба келей маны көрді, yok ötür.
Просто когда я чистил, вдруг возникло непреодолимое желание попробовать на вкус.
Вонючка, да?
Я, наверное, единственный в мире человек, который пробовал мясо мамонта в сыром виде.
Ну что ловить? Тарнахвай.
Вот. Так-то не я этого ломаться это. Если я сломаюсь, кто детей-то кормить-то будет?
Долбежник-то один был. Первый раз. А мы с этим, с кайлом, с кирками по бокам. Ну вот я когда киркой копал, как раз под животом ударил один раз. Что-то потекло там, потекло. Ну, похоже на кровь, темно-красный. Я этого Семена зову, скорее сюда. Типа там что-то капает.
Вот тебе.
Кровоточащий мамонт. Это вы стукнули кайлом и кровь пошла, да? Так, еще немножко.
Пока он пробирку взял, пока то и сё, большая часть уже вытекла. Потом он, там осталось чуть-чуть, набрали. И, они же на щеку были. Может, еще повторится такое. И вот помню, вот как раз туша, вот там раскоп такой по бокам, уже, чтобы человек проходил вокруг. И вот туша лежит, ну там мамонта только полтуши был.
Левая нога. Челюсть. Это вид передней стороны.
Дальше копаем. Тук, удар. И там вторая, типа, ампул, сгусток, что ли, пробиваем, и оттуда тоже капает.
Так, ini tak pergi keluar tu.
Когда начала течь кровь, это было потрясающе, потому что никто никогда не видел живую, жидкую кровь мамонта. И сразу стало ясно, что мамонт, он уникальный совсем по сохранности. Люди живут без мамонта только последние 10 тысяч лет. До недавнего времени не знали же, кто такие мамонты. Естественно, боялись таких огромных костей, когда находили. Фантазировали. В Европе думали, что это кости гигантских людей. У всех был азарт такой. Ну, трудно передать словами. Это самая уникальная находка последнего времени. И лучший по сохранности мамонт, когда-либо найденный на Земле. Находить мамонтов у всех сибирских народов считалось очень плохим знаком. Ну, это суеверие, да? Это предубеждение. Но иногда думаешь, иногда действительно какая-то связь есть. Мы провели обряд. Обряд умилостивления духа мамонта. И я раздал всем бусы. Как я уже говорил, это лучший подарок духам. Чтобы задобрить дух мамонта, чтобы он на нас не сердился, что мы его потревожили через 29 тысяч лет, что мы его вытащили. И я про себя прочитал как бы молитву, что это все для науки. Мы не ради денег тебя раскопали, что ты принесешь много пользы. Конечно, было чувство, что мы возвращаемся с победой. хоботом. Какая может быть кровь у мамонта, да еще на таком холоде? Да, вот если ткани так хорошо сохранились, можно попытаться клонировать. Будто.
Ой, не нюхай, некрасиво.
Это тухти. Лена, это часть стопы. Она надо положить.
На. Пусть лежит там.
Надень. Наша задача найти луковицу еще.
Давай быстро, воняет сильно.
Стороны. Что-нибудь для волос подготовь. На ДНК отправить.
Он Оли.
Тут тоже, что ли?
Сарди, Роберт. Тугун маманын. Он отлетит.
Спирту глухая, что ли?
Можно, конечно.
А вдруг там же тоже могут быть живые клетки?
Ну, некоторые вот старики особенно вот, говорили, что типа даже землю копать нельзя. Саму землю раскапывать без большого только того, ну, нельзя. Еще рассказывали, вот, типа, находить бивень, типа, не к счастью, там, плохо, плохая примета. Еще рассказывали, вот, человек, который к нам находится, с ним что-то случается, или с родными, или близкими. Ну, неоднократно был свидетелем тоже. Один парень тоже знакомый. Ну, практически один. План бригады выполнен. Один человек. И приехал туда, казачий. На следующий день его не стало. Но после этого задумываешься.
Dear Maxim, I'm shooting in Seoul, South Korea. We are staying in a traditional Hanok hotel together with 2 Americans. Today is a big day for them. They are invited by a company named Soam Biotech to pick up their pet. The dog passed away 6 months ago.
My name is Danielle. This is my dog Trouble, who I would love to clone. He was the love of my life, and I want him back. I usually come in this room and I say, hi, Trouble boy, how are you? He came first before anybody. He came first before my husband. He came first before my parents. Nobody else mattered. When my mom had passed away, I mean, it was devastating. And then when Trouble passed away, it was worse. I just couldn't even control my tears. I just want him back in the same form of when he left.
For $100,000, Soam is cloning your dog. And you get a second clone for free.
It is our wish that Oliver and Vincent will have the safest trip back home. Would like to present to you the cloning certificate. It's a testimony that these puppies are indeed clones and originals of Oliver, and contains the analysis, but I'm sure it's not necessary, as you know, it's basically the identical puppies.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We are sure that you'll be loved wherever you go. Goodbye, and thank you again for growing up healthy. Goodbye. 예, 그러면은 찍겠습니다. 자, 하나, 둘, 셋. 바이바이. 바이바이. 잘 가.
Dear Christian, I remember my first time on the islands. It was 2012. I came here with my sister Evgenia. She was 27 and I was 21 years old. She asked me to help her on her first big photo assignment as her bodyguard. Soon I took her backup camera and started to shoot video. I wasn't yet a filmmaker back then. I was still a professional hockey player. I felt like arriving on Mars, meeting guys hiding themselves from the Coast Guard, encountering Russian ex-prisoners using tanks to find tusks. Everybody has to fight somehow in these islands. And me? With every coming day on the islands, I realized that I'm going in the wrong direction. And I don't want to be a sportsman anymore. The Arctic changed me, and it is still changing me today. The beauty of this place, it is insidious. And it is obviously dangerous. Every year, 2 or 3 men will not make it home. A guy, the hunters tell me, once came to the islands totally alone, and he was lucky. He found 3 beautiful big tusks. But then he ran out of food. He didn't know where to go, got totally lost, drifted around desperately. Finally, he used 3 tusks to build sort of an ark and hung himself.
Корейцы, патриоты, и корейские души.
I just want him back in the same form of when he left.
Welcome, my friend.
clone puppies?
So every puppy in here are all clone puppies.
Hello, I'm from Russia, from Yakov. Puppy.
다른 종의 애니멀 크로니에 비해서 많은 사이언티스트들이 이 영역에 도전을 하였으나 내가 2005년 세계 최초의 클론덕인 스노피를 생산할 때까지 아무도 그에 성공하지 못했습니다. 895두의 클론덕을 생산한 세계에서 유일하고도 다른 팀으로서는 달성하기 어려운 목표를 달성했죠.
Dear Christian, we are running out of food. In the last several weeks, we had only one small meal per day. The hunters have to catch as much fish as possible. Vlad is more and more concerned about his friend Spira. Spira is acting strange and doesn't want to talk to anyone.
Так, кабачки было.
I think they said was fermented squid.
Do you like it? Do you like Korean food?
I do. I like food in general.
Диетический продукт.
What are the local type foods where you're from?
Meat of Yakutian horse. I prefer reindeer. Fish, many kinds of very delicious fish. River fish.
Let's try to primary culture using first using this sample. Then secondly, we can divide into several parts of these samples. Okay? That's all. You understand?
Yes.
Okay.
I wish I could read Spear's thoughts. What is going on in his head? He's refusing my offer to use my sat phone to speak with his wife. I think he's just afraid and prefers not to be confronted with the truth. The Arctic disease. You're totally cut off from the people you love. Some of the hunters have been lucky. They dream how they will spend the money. They want to buy a new fridge or just a new TV.
It's amazing to see how intact it looks after so long. Fascinating.
Ah, good smell.
It preserves the smell after so many years.
Very nice smell for me.
Mine's still quite turbid. If we can establish a cell line, then we're set, basically. Then it'll be good. I have a very large interest in the restoration of endangered and extinct species.
카요티 법제에 성공했고 이 논문을 보고 난 러시아의 과학가들이 나를 찾아왔습니다. 그때가 바로 2012년이었었죠. 그들은 인류가 그토록 한번 도전하고 싶은 메머드 클로닝이라는 이 과학의 전설에 나도 동참해주지 않겠냐는 요청을 했습니다. 우리는 바로 그 독특한 냄새가 나는 메머드 티슈로부터 지금 우리의 그 연구진들이 라이브 셀을 찾아내기 위한 노력을 계속하는 것입니다.
Minne tuomui. Ajak tuppudastaran. Ahır bolayangı. Ykse jüyle billibet ölüker poluaqa. Haqsa ane billibet. Alçarqa. Taqsıqa.
What you see here is an egg of a cow, and I wish this was an egg of an Asian elephant that we can use to clone the mammoth. But I imagine an Asian elephant's egg would be about the same size and about the same look.
I think so.
Yeah. On the right, you see this very small micropipette. And what he's going to do, he's going to insert this micropipette into the egg and withdraw the nucleus. And it's a nucleus that contains all the genetic information. And now you can see that both genetic materials are now within the pipette. Oh, yes. Now we're going to provide the genetic information by inserting just one cell into the egg. And that one cell is enough to provide all the genetic information to give rise to the entire new organism. And you see how over here, there's still a cell within a cell. That means this egg doesn't have access to this small cell yet. So we have to break it in. So we have to break the inner shell so that the egg and the cell fuse together. So that's called a fusion. And upon transplantation into a surrogate mother, depending on the gestational period of each species, a healthy clone will be born. Hopefully, mammoth.
Welcome. Welcome to life.
So cute.
So cute, yeah.
Тяжело дышит.
And when it's crying, it's very good news.
Sure.
Ukraine. Both of them. Both of them.
Both of them already.
Someday we can get a cloned memory like
Hopefully. Hopefully. I believe.
Yeah. We have to. 오케이. 이제 울기 시작했으니까 조금 들어보시라고. 데리고 나와. 이쪽으로. 니하오, 니하오, 니하오. 구장 니하오. 반국장 니하오. How are you, everybody? How are you?
Ебать, бля. Бегуньте, ебать.
Чем больше тебя природа трудностями награждает, одаривает, соответственно. Такое поверье есть. Чем больше трудностей испытал, тем вероятнее, что больше бивня найдешь.
Dear Christian, some of these Chinese carvers work more than a year to transform a mammoth tusk into a sculpture. The most precious and biggest ones are sold for $1 million or more. Smaller tusks are sold for several $100,000. The rest goes into mass production for jewelry and souvenirs. My sister Evgenia took these photos 5 years ago. So much in the ivory business has changed since. Because of the ban on elephant ivory in China this year, the price for mammoth ivory doubled. And thanks to global warming, the hunters find more and more tusks. Most of the hunters are not aware at all how much their tusks are finally sold for. The middlemen make most of the profit. I'm running out of batteries. Not sure if I will be able to send this email. We're all surprised by the first snow on the island. The season is coming to an end. We have to return to the main base as quick as possible.
Dear Maxim, Dr. Huang is inviting everyone to visit one of the biggest genome sequencing centers in Shenzhen, China. They seem to have a wonderful time on the plane. I promised him not to talk about his scientific scandal on camera, but then it was him who brought it up. Dr. Huang was once called the pride of Korea, an idol, But in 2006, he was accused of committing ethical violations, and it emerged that much of his stem cell research had been faked. He got a 2-year suspended prison sentence, lost his credibility and his reputation completely. I don't think any other scientist in history has ever fallen so deep.
When the stem cells handle, you know, by stem cell scatter 11 years ago, at the time, Professor Yang in China visited my place, and he encouraged me, and he also supported very strongly past 11 years. My colleague, Professor Simeon from Nephew, Russia, Sakha Republic, and his wife,
Happy to see you.
Dr. Lena,
Hi, Dr. Lena. Nice to see you.
my new face, Dr. Olsen.
Pleasure to meet you.
Dr. Olsen.
Actually, Dr. Olsen from Sweden.
Okay.
He's from America.
We quickly go through. This is the headquarter part of BGI. It's just this cubic. Everyone sits here, and it's very convenient for all kind of communication. Yeah. And we have a lot of sports elements in every corner of the building. It's just to encourage the young people to do more exercise, to be in good
Great
body.
idea.
Yeah.
Great idea. Thank you.
What's the primary focus of BGI then?
Sequencing.
Sequencing.
Yes, yes.
So is it sequencing for the preservation of genomes?
We're sequencing for everything.
Everything. So it's just a general sequencing
Yes,
platform, more like a platform.
We just see the clues and the principle from the big data. Yeah. That's quite interesting.
And do you see the application then moving more towards human?
Yes, yes. We have about almost 2 million population sample.
Is that for disease screening?
2 million, yeah. That's for the non-invasive prenatal diagnosis. Yeah.
Do you work in with ancient DNA?
Ready?
I'm so happy to have a guest from the homeland of mammoth. It's a very important mammoth. We would like to have some samples from you, of course, only to do the research. We will realize that a dream that a baby mammoth would just come from the lab. And then you will place it in your museum.
It's our dream.
But that's not our final purpose. We began another mission. That's to write. We read the secret. Then, based on the reading, on the knowledge, we have to write. Write! Just with the computer. And then only with 4 letters ACTG are you able to create a living thing. Now we proposed the first project to sequence everything in the world. The Earth Biogenome Project, God's word, is still imperfect. But if we work together, we can make God perfect. The book of life written with the same language. All the secrets are just in this double helix.
Finds of ancient animals.
Oh la la, excellent.
It's and studying
Yes.
ancient baby mammoths.
Oh.
It was excavated by our team.
It's invaluable. It is the most powerful and then highest efficient sequencers in the world. You are the first one to have a closer look at it. It's also the first time for me to be inside the laboratory. It's highly automatic. Now it's improving every day.
All these sequencers are working right now.
Yes.
In all, we have 400 for ourselves. And then very soon, we'll make 10 pieces a day and 3,000 a year. Very soon.
3,000 per year.
No.
Wow. There are only 3 in Russia. Have you tried already to sequence woolly mammoth DNA?
Oh, yes, of course. Yes, but because it's an international collaboration, we would not reveal the details.
And using our samples of mammoths, using frozen samples.
That's excellent. Without samples, how we get the genome sequences?
Bill Gates, actually he visited us several times. But then he see the atmosphere of BGI. Next time, it's just a shirt, t-shirts, and no tie at all. Yeah. Yes, we have a lot of scientific collaborators and friends all over the world. For example, Dr. George Church.
Harvard Medical School.
He's a good friend and also a very important collaborator. He just signed an agreement to be advisor of BGI.
Great. Great person, great institute.
Thank you. Yeah. This is the Gene Museum, an exhibition hall about what BGI is and what we're doing right now. This is the daily sample collection to use the mother's blood to test if the baby has Down syndrome or other chromosome disease. Yeah. You can see clearly that, especially for the Down syndrome part, we have nearly 2 million samples all over the world. And this part is BGI's, what is called cash cow, making money for BGI to support the group of the growth of the whole group. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, this is the history of BGI. We have some milestones like the Human Genome Project. Yeah, this is the reason why BGI started. We learned from the United States, from the UK, but now we're growing to be the biggest sequencing research institute in the world. The cost of sequencing dropped dramatically. It's like $1,000 US for one genome. So with this possibility, we can do all kinds of applications.
Stockpiling the gene and data for all life will ensure the continuation of genes and open a new life age. Store, read, understand, write, and apply. Digitization of life will ensure the sustainable development of human beings. It is responsible for the life. It preserves the essence of billion years evolutionary history. It deposits the life foundation of billions of people. It arms human beings against diseases. It guarantees the continuation of life. It lasts forever for the eternal life. It makes the prosperity of hundreds of millions of species.
Yeah. And nutrition, health, medical, insurance, everything.
Is that becoming an issue, or even a potential ethical issue then with maybe insurance companies being more interested in the sequence of their potential?
No, actually, we use our technology. We could avoid the birth of birth defect. I mean, like the Down syndrome Down syndrome child, we can screen them out. We can avoid the birth of them.
That seems really scary, especially from a Western or European perspective. I mean, that's the ethical considerations for something like that seems very sensitive.
Dear Christian, we wait for the boat to bring us back to the mainland. The Arctic is furious and behaves very aggressive. A dull, languid mood is in the air. Everyone is just killing time. Everyone is just staring at the raging sea, completely absorbed in his own thoughts. The boat trip home is extremely dangerous. Every year, 1 or 2 boats just disappear in the Arctic Ocean. And Spira, I'm not sure what he's more afraid of. The boat trip, or finally getting home to his no more existing family. I know you don't want me to film on board the boat. You don't want me to risk my life. But they are my friends. I've spent 1 season with them. I'm not just an observer anymore.
Мороз вот. Пачка, да?
Надо.
Вот, нам еще пачка лып. Так.
Алло. Алло. Островтан били Моростун 2 хонду кайны. 2 хонду кайны таппыт островта. Моростун. Сыллар болу. Папа скоро приедет, останавливает. Kayın bolulu. Ha? Kayın bolulu. Most personal.
Gör bu. Dagday bıdın tokarı. Dala yakarı. Küskey bütün tokarı. Küdenmenik. Dalga bappa talaga. Kisse bıstar kihirkes. Ölüyü oğlun ölüger tağın kıtta. Qahaŋıttan alay ölәnnәq doğur bolan. Ölürütten örühüyen ölügeri oňottordu. Koyudan ekkiretemmit. Kuattarın kebistibit. Emine doğmuy. Köyüne barıtın ete gayır. Kuranıq tübü.
Второй, третий, четвертый, все есть. Хорд. Месяц. Пускай так и пока. Да. А потом поговорю, что так, где хорошо. Не надо, не надо.